Okay, well, I'm going to be doing this wall, and the first thing I know is this wall should be way longer than 8 feet long. And I'm measuring this, and yeah, it's about 11 feet long, and those pieces that I got at the store were only 8 feet long. And that was the other thing. I got those. They were pre-finished. They were only 8 feet long. They fit in the car nice and easy, and all that kind of stuff. I didn't have to buy 20 footers or 16 footers and all that rigmarole. Okay, so I know it's way over the length, and so the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to come down here and see. I had to make a decision how I was going to finish the trim. Okay, I'm gonna cut a couple little pieces of trim. We're gonna talk about how we're gonna finish that right there. Now see, whenever you come up against the door and the door casing, you've got to decide, where am I gonna stop that? And you're gonna have that decision on all of your pieces. Where you come to the doors, you come to doors over there, and right in through here, you want to make them look all the same. And I made a decision what to do, but you know, you kind of got to decide. So, you know, here's the quarter round. You could stop it right next to the door casing if you wanted, like that, but I wouldn't really suggest that, because it doesn't look very finished, does it? Here's I cut it back at a 45. Now I've seen guys do it like that. They cut that back at a 45 and they just leave it like that. You see what I mean? Now let's get you over here like that. Okay? You like that? Another way is you could cut a 45. And you cut it square first. You cut it square like that. And then you cut back just the front of it like that. And leave a little bit. Okay? You can do that. And let it go out like that. Well, I had to end up making a decision. I didn't really like that sharp corner like there, and so what I ended up doing, I did a happy medium. I took this and then I filed this down, this flat, that where that sharp edge was, and then I kind of made this so it kind of rounded there on the front. And that's why you need your rasp, you know. And then I kind of filed that down so it still does the same thing. It just softens that angle a little bit. Okay, like that. Okay, but I decided to continue it over the front of the door casing. And I'm not sure why I decided to do that. I think I decided to do that because I looked over in a couple different areas. Oh, this is why. This trim right here is a transition. It's going out into the garage, see? And the guys who did the floor, they put this nice little trim down there. And they also did that at the front door going out. And I had to decide what to do. And that little piece, this little piece extended beyond this edge just barely. And it stopped here, and then there was a slight gap from this flooring back in there, and I thought, if I just stop this over into here, it's not going to cover all the way. Oh, here's where it was too. When they did this is just a little pantry area, okay? There's no threshold there or anything, but this flooring was short. It was cut short. If I would have stopped this right to the edge, I would have seen a little gap right there of the floor being notched. And So I made the determination, I'll just extend this over about 1/4 inch, 5/16 onto there. And because I did that, that made me know that on all of the door frames, I had to do the same thing. 5/16 over and all that. And so when I came over to here, I had to remember I had to go over 5/16, even though this extends over flush to this. So then I had to notch this to go over that. And then it fits down nice and tight. I still have the same reveal. I ended up having to do the same thing over here. See, I notched that, see? And then it came up at the angle and got pushed over, and that's 5/16 over. So I had to line that up all the way around, and I thought, hey, that looks pretty good. And so that's why I came up to the determination of what I did. But you can decide however you want to do it. Now see, on this one here, this door casing sticks out. You see the gap? You see the gap back there? Could I extend that 5/16 and leave that gap and just push that like that and caulk that? Yeah, I probably could. But I haven't been doing that. And so when I start this one, I'll make a little mark back there, and I'll actually notch the back side about 1/8, and then straight across and all the way across. And I can do that with that little back saw. It works out really good. And that's how I've been notching out all of them. But you've got to decide, how are you going to make your transition there? Okay, so that's what I decided, and that's how I'm doing all of my transitions. So yes, this stuff takes a while. It's tedious, it's time consuming. If you had somebody else to do this, you're going to be paying them a lot just to put this trim up. Okay, so I usually make these 5/16, and that's about 1/2 inch over from there, and I just double check it each time. And I got 1/2 inch almost. That way it tells me where that goes each time, okay? So I'm gonna go outside, out in the garage, and I'm gonna cut this piece. I'm not gonna cut that notch yet, but I have to start with my trim out here. Okay? So I'm gonna get that set up and show you what I do with that.